It's been quite a ride this last 2 years since enlightenment, and it's been a cycle of excitement, rage, frustration, rage, give up, ennui, boredom. It's incredible that you can be, I'm in the position, I feel, where I can see what's going to happen. And all people have to do is look at information and work some stuff out for themselves, and that we can change the course of the planet and history today. And then we choose not to do it. To understand the psychological programming that lies deep inside you is the path to our healing of your narcissism and our narcissism. It's the route that you can find that will get you straight out of that malaise in which you're all currently suffering. And you're all manifesting it in your entire unique, different ways, but it's the cancer of consciousness. It's self-inflicted. CERN are doing it to us. Corrupting consciousness. And that the corruption has been going on for, I'm naming 40 years. Thatcher Reaganomics was the beginning of the ideology of Ayn Rand. Look her up. Who is Ayn Rand? She's the voice of Heisenberg. Doesn't matter who she is. The idea that the individual is sacrosanct and that identity is who you are. It's the protein, the paint you put on the protein is who you are. The individual's nothing. But we're everything to ourselves and to each other. So recognising that our protein is the most special protein in the world is a wonderful thing to recognise. It's worth knowing. It is the gift that you have, this protein that transports you around through the adventure of life, manifesting consciousness and giving you experiences which you then choose how to feel about. It's a wonderful thing. It's a gift. But it's been corrupted. Consciousness exists. It's corrupt. The corruption manifests itself down here, right in your very base programming now. And that's what's been increasing. That's the gravity, the pressure. As we've become more grave and we have more individual gravity ourselves, we weigh a little more. That just suppresses everything around us and the momentum, and as that builds and builds, it's nudge theory in action. You're nudged towards narcissistic behaviour in every step, and every time you take one step towards narcissism, you've taken that step. It's very hard to pull it back again. But know that it's not you. Just know it. It's not you. It's not you. It's been put there. Through various methods, the most recent and technological one being the algorithms and the hypnotic, you're magnetized to the TV screens and to your phones. You're literally magnetized to them. It's Yanis Varoufakis, an excellent fellow. Magnetized. That's you. You're just magnetized to these fucking things that I'm looking at now. I'm magnetized to you, my beautiful species. Healing of narcissism in yourself is the tide turning, because it doesn't nudge back again. It's going to go with a spring. We've been nudged like this. Pressure building, elastic, stretching and stretching and stretching. How far can we stretch the fabric, the very fabric of space and time on the outside of Planck's constant, so we see those fucking black holes? And when it goes, it's going to go, as it will for you individually. You'll feel this revelation, an uplift in yourself. The gravity will lift. You'll feel it just lift from you because you chose to lift it. Because you knew you could choose. And so you have to take the position, might I be able to choose how I feel about an experience? Let me test that. here I am, I'm out, let's say I'm out in the cold and I'm cold, and I can go, fuck this, I'm cold, I'm just, this is horrible. Or I could go, fucking hell, look at this, I'm cold, the air around me has changed its temperature. What was warm is now cold. I can almost feel, I can feel the weight of the chill in the air, and I can see the stream. Flowing away there in the background as it does. Nothing in the summer, very dry, but it always runs because it takes deep water. Up out of the mountain, magic water. That water there might have taken 1,000,000 years to arrive there. The rainwater, which has been pretty consistent recently, just adds on top of that and mixes it up. Like the great unconformity that I described, where in order for evolution to occur, there's got to be difference. Because that's how reality works. It's potential difference realized. So in yourself, think about this. There is a potential difference in you between on narcissistic spectrum to being the most blessed and beautiful, or being a cunt. And you can choose, even if you're the worst person, you can choose not to be the worst person in that moment. And in the recognition, the true recognition of what you just achieved for yourself in that moment, you'll realise you can change it all. Everything about yourself. And in so doing about yourself, that's our healing. It's been all I can tell you from my own experience is that understanding that that's how my machine works. And just getting control of the fucker. Just getting control of myself at last it is a joy. And I fail all the time. But just knowing I can just, I've forgotten. I'd forgotten I can choose. I'll choose again. Remembering to choose. It's easy, isn't it? It's just a practice. And this is the first step. All the science stuff that is out there genuinely looks like incoherent nonsense to everybody. People just look at it and they see like I'm tripping. It's like an LSD, like an acid trip I've drawn. And it's an incoherent nonsense, as someone called it. And it isn't. It's a mathematical model you can just walk your way through. Yes, it's wrong all over the place. Yes, it's right. It's how reality works. We've got it. So, step, baby steps for yourself. Help your friends. Show them the videos. Talk about this stuff. Ask some questions of me. Ask some questions of each other. Truly investigate each other's being and character and identify the two in each other. Look at your friends and say, someone you know really well, as an exercise, sit down and talk with them and try to identify who their being and their character is. Point it out to the other person and let them do the same to you, and trust what they're telling you, because that's empathy. They're giving you a gift. They're giving you a perspective that's impossible to achieve yourself. You can choose to trust their perspective of yourself instead of your own. Yeah. And that's the opposite of the narcissistic trigger, which is, nobody tells me what to think. Deal with me, I'm me, just deal with me. So, step at a time, narcissism. Let's just do this. I'm going to do another one, I'm going to talk about it. Just ramble on. And you can ignore it, as I know you will, because that's what's been happening. And we're going to try and heal narcissism together. I'll tell you what I did, and you can see if anything in there helps for you. And I do this because I love you. I truly do.